Good morning, students. This video belongs to the subject called SIM Module 3 Line Balancing, Class 2, presented by Dr. Venkataramana V and Professor Manjunatha TH. Before going to this particular class 2, just we can recall what are all the things we learnt in class 1. In class 1, we learnt about the definition of line balancing, the advantages of line balancing, the difficulties or problems facing in line balancing, and also we learnt the terminologies used in this particular line balancing. We have 10 terminologies. We should be thorough with those terminologies. I am repeating, if the terminologies is not familiar, you people will find some difficulties to solve the problems. That's what the terminologies in line balancing is very much important. And also we learnt in the class 1 the n number of methods to solve the line balancing. We have three methods. Among the three methods in this particular video, we can go through one method, that is largest candidate rule. What is this largest candidate rule? This method is easy to solve, and the work elements are selected for assigning the workstations is based on their elemental times. Before going to solve the problem in this largest candidate rule, we need to know about its procedure or steps. First thing, we need to list all the elements in descending order of elemental time. That is, first largest time at the top. We have a number of elements. For example, we can take 8 or 10 elements, and for those elements the time is given. Based on that time, which one is having the highest time, that it will be at the top, and next lower one, and goes on. The second step, we need to construct the precedence diagram. Before going to construct the precedence diagram, we need to check the two conditions. What are the two conditions? Element should satisfy precedence requirements, and the second one is sum of the element time in the workstation should not exceed cycle time. For example, in the problem they have given 15 minutes means seconds or minutes. 15 minutes means we need to strictly follow that time period. It should be equal to that 15 minutes or less than that. It should not exceed more than that 15 minutes or seconds, whatever it may be the time. Then next step is repeat above steps for all stations until all elements are assigned. Next step, determine the number of stations required. Last one is compute the balance delay, balance efficiency of the line. What is this balance delay, balance efficiency? Already we learnt in class 1 with their definitions, problems and their terminologies. Once again I am stressing the terminologies is very much important to solve this problem and one of the easiest module. Next, here is the given problem. In this problem, in a given assembly line, an engine is to be assembled as per the following informations. First one, construct precedence diagram. Second, if cycle time is 12 minutes, calculate number of stations required. Third one, determine balance delay, balance efficiency of the line using largest candidate rule. These are all the things we need to identify in the problem. First we need to construct the precedence diagram. We need to maintain the cycle time, that is 12 minutes. It should be 12 minutes or less than that. It should not exceed more than 12 minutes. Then also we need to identify the balance delay, balance efficiency of the line using largest candidate rule method. Here we have elements, the two 1 to 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. We have totally 10 elements. For that each and every element we have a time, that too in minutes. For element 1 we have 6 minutes and its precedence is dash. Dash means it's a starting point. And for element 2 we have a time period of 4 minutes and its precedence is 1. For element 3 we have a time of about 9 minutes, its precedence is 1. For element 4 the time is 3 minutes and its precedence is 2. For element 5 the time is 2 minutes, its precedence is 2. For element 6 the time is 7 minutes, its precedence is 3. For element 7 the time is 5 minutes, its precedence is 4,5. For element 8 6 minutes is the time and its precedence is 3,5. For element 9 the time is 4 minutes and its precedence is 7,8. And for element 10 the time is 7 minutes, its immediate precedence is 6,9. This is the problem given for you to solve by using largest candidate rule method. How to solve? The first step, already I said that in the procedure, list all the elements in the descending order of elemental time, that to largest time at the top. First we need to look the time factor, which one is having a largest value. We need to rewrite that particular table, element name or number. Second column is time in terms of minutes. Third column is its precedence. We need to rewrite. What the major point is that we need to check the time, which one is having the largest time, that we should write at the top and goes on decreasing. That we need to keep in our mind to solve this step 1. For element 3 we have 9 minutes, so that we took at the top and its precedence is 1. Then next, For element 6 and 10 we have a time of 7. Which one we should take first? It's a question mark. Anyone we can take, and for a convenient purpose, which number will come according to the number wise first, that we need to take. So 6 will come and its time is of 7 minutes, its precedence is 3, and for the same 7 minutes we have a 10, element 10, that also we will take, and its precedence is 6 comma 9. And for 6 minutes we have two elements, that is 1 comma 8. So first we can take 1. For element 1 we have a 6 minutes, its precedence is dash. Dash means there is no any precedence for that element 1. Dash means we need to take that element as a starting point. And for element number 8 we have a time of 6 minutes and its precedence is 3 comma 5. Next 5 is the time minute, and for that element number is 7, its precedence is 4 comma 5. Next time is 4. Here also for element 2 and 9 we have a same time, that to 4 minutes. We can take 2 as a first, element 2 which is having 4 time which is in minutes and its precedence is 1. For element 9, 4 is the time minute and its precedence is 7 comma 8. Next time is 3, its element number is 4 and its precedence is 2. And finally the time 2 minutes, for that element number is 5 and its precedence is 2. Finally we calculated 53 minutes is given in the problem, and it is also given in the problem, that is 12 minutes, that is what TC 12 minutes, and we have a numbers, element name or numbers, that to n is that numbers. So 53 divided by 12 is a 4.41, which is equal to 5 stations. So n is equal to 5 here, 5 stations. So we completed step 1. What we did in the step 1 is we considered which one is having the largest time. We wrote at the top, and it goes on decreasing order according to its element number. This is the first step. Clear? Coming to the second step, we need to construct the precedence diagram. Before going to construct the precedence diagram, we need to take this table. We need to take this table from the given problem. We should not take the table which we solved in step 1. Got it? This particular what I round off, that table you should take from the given problem. Got it? Right. This table is from the given table. We have an element number 1 to 10, and for each element number we have a time respectively its precedence. Got it? Right. Now I will say how to construct the precedence diagram. First we need to check the element of its precedence. For element 1 we have 6 minutes and its precedence is dash. Dash indicates that we need to consider that element 1 as the starting point. Got it? Element 1 is the starting point, so for that we doesn't have any precedence. Precedence means it's a before value. Got it? It doesn't have any precedence for that. So element 1 is the starting number. Now going to the element number 2, we have a precedence of 1. So from element 1 to element 2 we need to draw. Look here, from element 1 its precedence is 2. Got it? Right. Now coming to element number 3, its precedence is 1. So from the first point only we need to draw the third element. Look here, from element 1 to element 3. Got it? From element 4 we have a precedence of 2. So from 2 you should draw a line for 4. That is what, from 2 to element 4. Got it? And from element 5 its precedence is 2. From the point 2 you should draw a line for element number 5. So from 2 its element number is 5. And for element 6 we need to construct element 6 and its precedence is 3. So from the third precedence, here is the third one, we need to draw a line from 3 to 6. And for element number 7, now we need to construct element number 7 and its precedence is 4, 5. Already you draw a number 4, element 4, as well as element 5 also. So from that precedence 4 as well as 5, which will become a 7. Then for element 8 its precedence is 3, 5. So from 3 and from 5 you need to draw a element number 8. And from element number 9 its precedence is 7, 8. Here is the ninth element and its precedence is 7 and 8. Got it? And finally element number 10 is here and its precedence is 6, 9. From 6 and from 9. This is how we need to draw the precedence diagram. Got it? And to draw this precedence diagram we need to take the table which is given in the problem. After constructing a precedence diagram, we need to move for step 3. What it says in step 3, assign the work elements to workstations. If you want to assign a work elements to the workstations, here we need to satisfy the two conditions. Which are all the two conditions? Element should satisfy precedence requirements, one thing, and the second thing is that sum of the element time in the workstation should not exceed cycle time. Here cycle time is given, that is 12 minutes. It should not exceed to 12 minutes. It should be equal or less. Got it? Right. Now we will take element 1, and for element 1 it doesn't have any precedence and it's a initial or a starting point, so we took that element name 1 time, and for that element 1 is 6 minutes and its precedence is dash, and we can call it a station 1. Here we need to calculate the time, the 12 minutes. Next, start selecting next element that satisfy two conditions. Here element 2, which is having a time factor of 4 and its precedence is 1, and we can call this also station 1. Why? Because the time is not exceeded. That's what we are calling station 1 only. And now we can calculate its time. 4 plus 6 10, so we can having 2 more minutes. Okay, then element 3, next element is 3. The element 3, which is having a time of 9 minutes, and total station time will be of 10 plus 9, which will be more than 15 minutes. So here we are not taking element 3 in this particular station 1. Got it? Then next feasible element we can check and we can go through by satisfying the 2 conditions. Coming to this third point, now once again select from the top of the table satisfying 2 conditions. As element 1 comma 2 as already selected, element having immediate precedence of 1 comma 2 can be used. Next, there are 3 elements from the figure table satisfying above said requirements, that is elements 3, 4 and 5. Among these elements 3 comma 4 will satisfy cycle time constraint. Therefore the next feasible element is 5 and its time is 2 minutes. Total station 1 time is 6 plus 4 plus 2 is equal to 12 minutes, which is equal to total cycle time. This completes one station which is having a 3 elements 1 comma 2 comma 5 and its time is 6 plus 4 plus 2 is equal to 12, also with respect to their precedence. Totally we have 10 elements. Out of 10 we satisfied the 3, and the following steps should continue till all the elements to complete. After finding each station, start with select from top of the bottom and elements satisfy precedence constraints cycle time. So the following table is formed. After completion of station 1, the element 1 comma 2 comma 5 is over. Here 3 and 4 is not there in station 1. So in this station 2, the first element is 3 and its time is of about 9 minutes and its precedence is 1. Directly we can take. Immediately after 3, the fourth element will come into the picture and its time is of about 3 minutes and its immediate precedence is 2. Now we can calculate what is its time. 9 plus 3 is equal to 12. Here we satisfied the time factor and it completes the station number 2. Coming to the third station, now we need to check the elements from the top. Which is completed we can leave it, which one is not considered we can consider now in station number 3. In station 3, the element is 6 and its time factor is 7 and its precedence is 3. After completion of element 6, we can go for elemental 7 and its time is 5 minutes and its precedence is 4 comma 5. Now we calculate the time period. 7 plus 5 is equal to 12. We satisfied the time factor. Then next we can go for station number 4. Which elements is not considered? Now we can consider in element in station number 4. Element number 8, time for that element 8 is 6 minutes and its precedence is 3 comma 5. After completion of element 8 we can go for element number 9 and its precedence time is 4 and its immediate precedence is 7 comma 8. Now we can calculate the time period. 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. Okay, we have one more element, that is what? The 10th element. If we consider the 10th element in station number 4, if we calculate, it is going to be exceed the time factor. So for that we consider only 2 elements in station 4 with a time factor of 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. Here we can say the delay period is 2. And finally we left with only one element, that is 10th element, and its time factor is 7 minutes and its immediate precedence is 6 comma 5, and we can say this as element number, so station number 5, and its time factor is 7. Here we got 5 stations. Station 1, which is having elements 1 comma 2 comma 5. Station 2, which is having element number 3 comma 4. In station 3 we have elements 6 comma 7. In station 4 we have elements 8 comma 9. And finally in station 5 we have only one element, that is 10th element. And coming to the last column, we satisfied the time factor. 12 minutes in station 1, 12 minutes in station 2, 12 minutes in station 3, and here in station 4 we have a time of only 10 minutes. Here we can say delay period of 2 minutes, and in station 5 we can say the delay period is 5 minutes. This is how we need to solve the problem. Now what are all the things we need to find in this problem is balance delay and balance efficiency. In class 1 I give the formulas along with their terminologies. What is balance delay and balance efficiency? Now we can find those things. In step 5, determine theoretical number of stations required. Here number of workstations required, n is equal to TWC divided by TC is equal to 53 by 12 is equal to 4.41, that is 5 stations. We calculated in the beginning of the problem only, where TWC is equal to TE1 plus TE2 plus TE and so on to TEJ. So we have 10 elements, we need to calculate all those things, and the time factor TC is equal to 12 minutes, this which is given in the problem. Coming to this step 6, computing line balancing delay and efficiency. In column 1, station 1, elements are 1, 2 and 5 and its cycle time is 12 minutes and there is no any delay time, 0. In station 2, elements is 3 comma 4 and the cycle time is 12 minutes, there is no any delay period, 0. In station 3 we have an elements of 6 comma 7 and this time factor is 12 minutes Here also the delay period is 0. Coming to the station 4, the elements are 8, 9. The cycle time is 10. In station 4, we have a delay period of 2 minutes. And coming to the last station, that is 5 station. 5th station, the elements are only one, that is 10th element, and its cycle time is 7 minutes, and for that 7 minutes we have a delay period of 5 minutes. Now we need to calculate balance delay as well as balance efficiency also. How we need to calculate balance delay? Already I gave the formula in video 1 along with the terminologies. Balance delay is given by dB is equal to n into Tc minus Twc divided by n into Tc. N is nothing but a number of stations and Tc is nothing but a time period. 12 minus Twc is equal to 53 divided by n into Tc, 5 into 12, which is equal to 0.117. In terms of percentage means 11.7%. Balance delay is in this particular problem is 11.7%. Now we need to calculate balance efficiency. For this balance efficiency we have a formula, EB is equal to 1 minus dB. So we got the value of dB, that 1 minus that dB is equal to 0.883 is equal to 88.3%. Balance efficiency is 88.3%. We calculated what they asked. Balance delay and balance efficiency we have calculated along with the precedence diagram. And finally we need to write a block diagram. What are all the things we done in this problem? It's a general configuration of an automobile flow line is a starting base parts which will go serially one workstation to the another workstation. If one workstation is completed, the another workstation should keep ready to take that work, and it goes on till work completes. The block diagram for automated flow line with balance delay and efficiency is here. The parts which is going in station 1, the elements are 1, 2, 5, and its cycle time is 12 minutes, and there is no any delay in the station 1. Coming to this station 2, we have an elements 3, 4, and its cycle time is 12 minutes, and here also we doesn't have any delay period. Coming to this third station, we have an elements of 6, 7, and its cycle time is 12 minutes. In this station 3 also we doesn't have any delay period. Coming to this fourth station, the elements are 8, 9. Here the cycle time is 10 minutes and its delay period is 2 minutes. Coming to the last station, station number 5, and here we have an element 10th element, and its cycle time is 7 minutes and its delay period is 5 minutes. And finally we are going to get the product out. This is how we need to solve the problem in largest candidate rule. In coming video we can solve one more problem based on this method only. Got it? Before going to attend this problem, once again I am stressing you people, please be thorough with the terminologies and formulas. Thank you.